Hey yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? It's Brian, aka Scope the Producer, and we back. Episode 5. Welcome back to the baseline frequency, where we build smarter systems, not just louder ones. And real quick, if your vehicle ever leaves you stuck and you need help on the road, check out psdhelp.com. Once again, that's psdhelp.com. Currently serving the Memphis area, but will spread on demand in other areas as needed. And if you're a mechanic in Memphis looking for extra work, check out PSD Help also. psdhelp.com. We're building something for you too. Now, let's get started. Real quick. Now, today we're talking about one of the biggest mistakes people make in car audio. Now, when something doesn't sound right, most people immediately think they need bigger subs. But what if the problem isn't your subs at all? Would you rather have two properly tuned 10s or two poorly tuned 15s? Think about it. You know, a lot of people spend money when they should be spending time tuning. I can't stress that enough, y'all. You need to tune your system. Let's talk about it. Alright, so let's talk about the bigger sub myth. One of the biggest myths in the car audio is that bigger automatically means better. No. Bigger can mean more output. Bigger can move more air. Bigger can get louder. But bigger doesn't automatically mean cleaner. Now, let's let that ride for a minute. I'm over here knocking stuff down, y'all. But that's the myth. So, what tuning actually does? What tuning do? Well, tuning is what makes your equipment work together. Gain settings, crossovers, enclosure design, system balance. The goal isn't just loud, the goal is controlled. We talked about that before in previous episode. Control is pretty much everything to your system. It determines whether it's going to be good or bad. And we're not going to go any further with that. Y'all know what that is. And let's talk about some of the signs that the system needs tuning. Like my voice needs tuning. I think y'all can hear it's kind of gone. But, let's rock on. Signs your system needs tuning. Before you buy bigger subs, y'all, ask yourself these questions. Bass sounds muddy? What about the vocals? Does they disappear? At a certain volume, is there distortion? Or bass overwhelms everything? Yeah. Doesn't sound clean at all. Does it sound clean? I don't know. That's you. Check those out. If you meet one of these descriptions, then, maybe you need to listen on. Get that straight. But those I must tell you this, those aren't always subwoofer problems. Sometimes that's just, like I said, it's just tuning. And we've all heard it. Somebody pull up with a small setup and it sounds incredible. But then somebody else pulls up with a huge setup and it just sounds bad. It sounds terrible. It sounds like it sounds like you got 15s, but you sound like you got, I don't know, probably finna show my age, 6x9s. I ain't gonna lie though, some of them 6x9s used to bang, y'all. But either way, sound like some little 8 inches, some factory speakers. Basically, the difference usually isn't size, it's the setup. But let's talk about when bigger subs actually make sense. Now, don't get me wrong. There are times when bigger subs absolutely make sense. Absolutely. Examples: larger vehicles, more output goals, competition setups, more air movement. Just make sure you know that when you do it, you're upgrading for a reason, not just to look pretty. 'Cause you can look pretty all day long, but it's the sound that counts. So, yeah. But let's talk about some of the common mistakes. Because here's where people mess up. Some people, well, a lot of people, not just some, there's a lot of them, especially the ones that's not kind of new to the game, and that's understandable. But after this, you should kind of check out your equipment and see what you got going on. So, like I was saying, buying equipment before tuning, ignoring enclosure design, that's a big one, y'all. Bad gain settings, chasing numbers. Now, don't blame your subs for a setup problem because you decided, hey, it should sound better. It could be, I got some 12s and I should have got some 15s. Or I got some 15s and I should have got some 18s. There you go, spending money on something that you didn't necessarily have to when you could have totally got all the power, all the sound, everything that you needed out of what you already had. So, you know what I'm saying? Do that before you go and spend money. We talked about that in another episode. So, here's the truth. We finna recap this and we finna get rid of this. So, recap. Bigger can help, but tuning matters. Setup matters. Equipment matters. But before you spend money, make sure you're getting everything out of what you already have. You do that, shoot, you're gonna be out there banging. All right, y'all. Well, let's do another little ride along, ride mode, if you will. Some people said that they liked it. I'm gonna roll with it again. Here goes another story to tell. Yeah. It's your boy Brian, aka Scope the Producer. But we ain't done yet. Let's get this started. Let's do the ride mode, baby. Yeah. Alright. Before we get into this next track, I want you to picture your car, your setup, your system, everything you've been building. You're walking back to it. You open the door. You sit down, start it up,
Everything's quiet. Just for a second. Then you reach for that volume. Now turn it up.
Well, I guess we purpling it again. Alright, purple it is.
Hey yo, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast, hit follow so you don't miss the next drop. And if you ever get stuck on the road, check out psdhelp.com. Again, that's psdhelp.com. I'm going to say it one more time because my voice is gone, but that's psdhelp.com. Right now, serving the city of Memphis, but really is going to stretch a little bit further as soon as demand comes along. And if you're a mechanic in Memphis looking for extra work, check out psdhelp.com. Oh yeah, go back and check the previous episodes as we've already covered bass knobs, amplifiers, alternators, and the big three. Oh yeah, baseline frequency, we're building this right. This is Scope the producer. Let me rephrase. Brian, aka Scope the producer, for the baseline frequency episode 5. We'll see you in the next one.